So, welcome to the Mother's Day edition of the Sunday Night Call. And first of all, I want to thank everyone that's on the call, taking time out of your Sunday, taking time out of your Mother's Day. We had an awesome Mother's Day here, second one for Mel, and we had Mel's mom and dad in town, and my mom and dad stopped on Friday and just spent the whole weekend with them and getting to spend it with Aspen. And um, she's changed so much, just like all of the moms on the call, I'm sure. Same thing that you guys have seen changes in the last year, and it's just a special time for, if you have a young child. If you don't have a young child, you'll know what that's like at some point. And it's special. So thank you guys for taking a few minutes out of your night. A lot of things that we're going to go over tonight. Um, we're going to recap where our numbers are. Then I really want to jump into some personal development stuff. There was a message at when we went to church today that just totally hit home on this whole tying in Mother's Day, personal development, Advocare all together. So I want to share that. Then talk about our incentive or our retreat that's coming up. And then the last thing, I hope you guys have journals, because we are going to watch Matt Warren's advisor conversation. And if you haven't seen that video, you need to take some time and watch it over and over and over and over and over again, because there is $1,000,000 nuggets in that video. And learning how to talk about advisor, is huge. One, to get other people to advisor, to get other people to see the business, to see the power of what advisor means. Two, you have to be an advisor to get to the retreat. And again, this is a skill of knowing how to talk to people about advisor, because it's not as scary as you would think. But you have to be able to position it and talk through the numbers and give people the options. And we can't prejudge people. So I'm going to start off. Let me pull up a little PowerPoint just to keep me on track. Oops, hang on. So the personal development piece. At church today, our pastor talked about mothers specifically. Obviously, it was a Mother's Day message, and the fear that moms, families, but particularly mothers have throughout their lives. And this same fear is the same thing that you'll experience, if you haven't already, within your Advocare business. And it really made me think. We were driving home tonight, and I was just thinking, as we had a birthday party to go to, and we came home, and I was thinking, Mel always talks about, Aspen, such and such is sick. I don't want Aspen to be, to get sick. And she really tries as a mother to protect Aspen, which, God help us, has been extremely healthy. But, to an extent, I think back to my own childhood, and we didn't have Facebook. My mom never had Facebook, and stuff like that. You never knew when people's kids were sick. Now, she was talking about the MOPS group. So the MOPS group in Shawano met on Friday, and somebody there had the flu, and then they were talking about on Facebook how like all the kids got the flu that were at the MOPS group. And Mel's parents were in town, so she didn't go, and she's like, oh, thank God Aspen wasn't at the MOPS group. And that could be true, but you know, back 20 years ago, we wouldn't have even known that, you know, maybe somebody was sick and everyone would have gotten sick, but no one would have really known. And I think that's that way with all our media these days. Um, and you know, we worry about so much. You know, the tragedy that happened in Wisconsin, like in Menasha, and we talked about it this weekend. You know, with the family that got um, killed, basically massacred on just walking on a bridge, and the whole family pretty much got um, you know, shot and killed. And then you start worrying about, you know, well, should, you know, I even made the comment, you know, I don't want you guys leaving the house without me and walking anywhere, you know. And it's like that fear, because we're, you know, we see all the bad. The media just glorifies the bad. Everything sensational, the media, you know, glorifies. And if we're going to overcome that, um, and the same thing in our Advocare business. So in our Advocare business, we have the fear of rejection. We have the fear of people telling us no. We have the scrutiny of, you know, we're going against the grain. Um, so, you know, we need to be doing things that can overcome that. And, you know, Pastor John talked about, um, you know, he was talking about, you know, strengthening a relationship with God, you know, praying, reading the Bible, and it really fits into, you know, our 15 minutes, 15 pages per day goal for personal development. And you know, reading the Bible's an excellent, um, uh, you know, personal development book. Um, but and you know, if you're not religious, there's other options. But I mean, I have my Bible's John Maxwell's Leadership Bible, which is, you know, a full-fledged Bible. But then, you know, John Maxwell, who's probably the, you know, the number one person in leadership and personal development, he relates within the Bible, has little like notes, um, and talks about, you know, relates it to the different leadership principles and whatever, and it's great. But we also need, you know, we can take that tool into our personal development for Advocare, and, you know, making sure that we're reading positive things, putting positive information in our head, you know, reading about positive people, reading about people that have overcome and done things in a positive way. And the second tool we can do is reduce our screen time. And he talked about this, and really it's the negative media. I mean, I talk to my, you know, my patients at work every day. I never know what the weather is. I haven't watched the news or weather in, you know, 2 or 3 years, just because it's negative. Everything's negative. I don't watch political stuff. It's all negative. You know, I try to fill myself with positive things, and you know, I still utilize my technology, you know, watching, you know, reading audiobook or listening to audiobooks, or watching positive things on YouTube, or, you know, getting personal development that way. But, you know, really reducing, looking at where you're getting your, you know, where you're getting your thoughts from. You know, is it, you know, are you spending 3-4 hours watching CSI or Dateline or, you know, other TV shows, and not spending time bettering yourself? And there's nothing wrong with any of those shows, but if that's all that's feeding your mind, it's gonna be a hard time. It's gonna be a hard time for you to grow. So that's the first part on personal development. Secondly, our Door County retreat weekend, and the incentive part, we're gonna have some, you know, some fun incentives that you'll hear about throughout this weekend. But just kind of what we're planning, July 10th through the 12th, this is open to any advisor within our organization. I have a house north of Bailey's Harbor. So we're going to be up there. We have plenty of room. We'll be sending out some more info for you guys to RSVP, but we're going to plan some beach time, some golfing. Looks like the guys are going to do some golfing. Women, we're going to do some wine tours, possibility of going kayaking. We're just going to relax, have some campfires, just spend some time, being a family and our Advocare family, reaching out, just spending some good quality time with, everyone on the team. So we're really looking forward to that. Please mark your calendars, July 10th through the 12th. You're going to have the option to come up just for a day or be there the whole weekend. We'll be up Friday early evening and do a fish fry or something, and then we'll be there through Sunday. So again, the details on this, you must be an advisor prior to the retreat. It's an adults only, so start if you can find some family to watch your kids. That'd be great. And then, like I said, we'll have something else so we can get an RSVP by June 24th, just so we can plan for food and that type of thing. So Matt Warren's advisor conversation. This is what I want to get into. I'm going to exit out of this. This has been really important because I think as you grow within this business, you need to be able to speak advisor with strength, and be able to know how to progress somebody, either work them to advisor or talk about the value of advisor. So we're going to watch this, and then I'm going to go over an email that Matt sent out that you guys probably have all gotten, but we'll see. Maybe some of you haven't. So let's watch this. It's about 9 minutes, so I hope you have your journals, and I hope that you guys can hear this and see this.
Whenever you talk to anyone about Advocare, we always share what we call a relationship. Relationship number one is what we call repeat customer. That's just a person who they don't.
Are you guys getting feedback? Yes, no?
Don't want to sign up for anything. They don't want to sell anything. They just want to buy product from you, and we love retail customers. The second relationship is what we call a wholesale customer. That's someone who enrolls with Advocare as a distributor just to get a product using discount. And one of the things that made us feel comfortable about saying yes to Advocare is that this relationship was possible. People didn't have to order a certain amount every month. They didn't have to order a certain dollar amount every time. There was no auto ship that they were going to be locked into. They could order what they wanted, when they wanted. And that was important to us. Some people choose to become a distributor at 20 to 40% off. Another word or a way to describe this is a hobby level. Someone who maybe has 5, 10, 15 customers on hand, and in the process they earn $500 to $1,000 a month extra part-time. That $500 to $1,000 extra dollars a month can help them get their own product paid for, and even help them make a car payment too. The fourth relationship is what we call an advisor. And this is where it gets really exciting, because advisors not only take product and retail product, but we also are in business development for Advocare. Our job as advisors is to help expand Advocare into the marketplace, and we do that by attracting and bringing on people who see what we see, who work like we work, and we help them get what they want and reach their goals with Advocare. So the advisor level has so many benefits. You get the top discount of 40% off, you earn the most profit when you sell products, and you're eligible for all 5 ways that we get paid, including rookie bonuses, which are a great source of income your first year in Advocare. Let me share with you on the whiteboard how to get to advisor. Keeping in mind that there's multiple ways to get to advisor, I'm just going to show you the most quick and efficient way to get there first. So we have the percent discount, we have the investment that someone would make, and we have the retail value of the product that someone gets To get to advisor, that gets us to 40% off. The investment is $2,100, which gets us $3,000 worth of retail product. One of the things you might be asking is that 40% off? This first order is at 30% off, but every order thereafter is at 40. Another thing someone might want to know is how much product actually is this? And with our top selling 24-day challenge program, it retails for right around $200. So if we do the math on that, $200 goes into 3,000 15 times. So about 15 sets of the 24-day challenge is an advisor order. So one for you, one for your spouse or best friend. You've got 12 or 13 left to move into the marketplace. One of the main jobs as a new advisor and advocate is to create product stories. So we want to get that product. You're like a farmer that just got a sack of seed when that advisor order shows up to our house. We want to get that into the marketplace. A mistake that people oftentimes make is they're so afraid to talk about $2,100 that they immediately rush into the lower levels. And I will encourage you, all of you who are building a business, just hang here for a while. Marinate at the advisor level. One of the things I also want to share with somebody is that this investment is satisfaction guaranteed for 12 months. What that means is, let's say 8 or 9 months goes by and someone's not happy with the product, maybe the business didn't go for them like they had hoped, they can send back any and all unopened product back to Advocare for a 100% refund. What that does is it should take the fear and the risk out of this opportunity. Because one of two things is going to happen if someone does an advisor order. They're going to get the stuff, use it, and love it, or they get it, don't use it, don't sell it, maybe it doesn't go their way, they send it back and get their investment back. Either way, their investment is protected. It's extremely important that we share the satisfaction guarantee with people. Another thing we notice is that a lot of the rookie bonus earners and top income earners in Advocare came in at the advisor level. So we want to emphasize to folks that if you want this business to work, odds say that those who do the advisor order typically attract other people who do the advisor order. So in this business, speed duplicates, faith duplicates, courage duplicates, and you have one chance to come in at an advisor or get to advisor however you do it, and if you do it this way, you're more likely to attract that to your team. However, we know that a lot of people are either going to choose to or maybe not be able to come in at the advisor level. So in that case, they can come in at the 30% level, 1,050, and that's 1,500 of retail value. So again, how many 24-day challenge programs? About 7 programs plus some extra spark. So one for you, one for your spouse or best friend. You've got 5 left to sell. We can get a mixer on the calendar and move that product fast. So 7 sets of 24-day challenge. If someone can't come in at this level, because ultimately what happens is as people move towards 3,000, they hit advisor when that 3,000 is achieved within 3 pay periods, which I'll show how that works in just a minute. So if someone can't come in at this level, the next best is the 25% level. And that is a $375 investment, and the retail value is $500, which gets you 2 24-day challenge programs. So now we're getting real simple. One for you, one for your spouse, and some extra spark. Super simple. And if someone just wants to use product at 20% off, 0 to $4.99, and they'll stay at that 20% off level. This is a super key retail amount right here, because what that does is it gets you in what we call advisor qualification, meaning that your volume begins to accumulate from pay period to pay period. So let me draw out what that looks like. Working someone to advisor over multiple pay periods. So pay periods are 3 weeks long. 2 weeks long. Pay periods are 2 weeks long, which means we have about 6 weeks to work someone to the advisor level. As long as the 3,000 is achieved within these 3 pay periods or 6 weeks, and they have a minimum of 500 retail volume in each pay period, they'll qualify for advisor. So here's a simple example of how that might look. Let's say your new person chooses to come in at the 500 retail level, and they start on the 24-day challenge. Their spouse or best friend starts on the 24-day challenge, and they have some extra spark. Let's say they sell that extra spark, and this pay period ends. They've got 500 of volume that rolls into the next pay period. So let's say they're hosting a mixer, and you're going to help them do a mixer at their house. So they need some product for that, and or let's say they have some friends or family who wanted to get started with a 24-day challenge. So they do another 500, and let's say at that mixer, their friend Sue comes in at the 1500 level. This is great because Sue's volume counts for them. So that means this pay period they have 2000 of volume. 500 plus 1500 is 2000 plus the 500, which means they've got 2500 rolling forward into the next pay period. They've sold this stuff. This person's volume counts. They do another 500. Awesome. That means they've hit their 3000 and they're qualified, which means they're opened up to all 5 ways we get paid. Their business is ready to rock, and they're ready to begin helping other people reach their goals with AppleCare as well. So that's how to get to advisor.
Good. So, I hope that helps. You guys have seen that before, but, review that in through. The last thing I just want to show, let me see if I can. So I just want to show this. This was an email from Matt Warren earlier in the week. Some of you may have gotten this, but it's $2,100 of perspective. So again, talking about advisor, and then really perspective on building a business. So if somebody's an entrepreneur or wants to start a business, $2,100 would be a bargain to start any business. Even if you didn't get any products, the cost of starting your own business is much more expensive than that. The products are a bonus. I mean, you're basically $2,100 and you're getting products that you can use or sell. Most franchises usually start around $40,000 just to buy the name and start the process. Curbs is $30,000, GNC is $40,000, Smoothie King $25,000. That franchise fee doesn't include property, lease, signage, employees, product inventory. So essentially in AppleCare, a $79 distributor fee is equivalent to the franchise fee, which is thousands in other businesses. The fact that we get $2,100 of product is a bonus, and it's that seed that starts your business, just like Matt said in the video. No matter what business or franchise you start in, there's going to be a tremendous amount of sweat equity, especially in the beginning, and then it starts to roll. Are you willing to put in the effort? That's a question to ask people, not whether they can afford $2,100. The $2,100 is a no-brainer, a bargain drop in the bucket in the grand picture. We really need to ask, are you willing to put in effort to make this business go? You get the 12-month satisfaction guarantee on any unopened product is refundable for a year. Unfortunately, and this is kind of like the hardest thing as a business builder is the reality is our buy-in is so low that many people just quit too easily and too early. They never really go all out to make it work. They don't press forward as if they had 100,000 on the line. If they had 20,000 or 100,000 invested, they'd fight much harder. And this is true, and I always say this, like, if you start your AppleCare business and if it cost you 20,000, if you had to put 20,000 or 100,000, how hard would you work to make that work? Okay, but because we only put in, 2,100, are we really working like we would if it was 100,000? If it costs as much as your house, would you be working a little harder than you are right now? You need to ask yourself that, because there's, the difference between being super successful and where you are right now is how hard you've worked and, what you're willing to do. Matt said we chose to stay strong in the business because this business was our best shot at freedom that our family had. And it's likely that the best shot for people you're talking to have. And I've seen what Matt has done, their condo at Vail. I've spent a week there, right at the base of Vail. It's phenomenal, okay? They worked hard for that, and that was a dream he had when he started. It took him over 10 years to get that, 12 years to get that accomplished. But, he'd tell you it was definitely worth it. So the people you're taking this conviction to in the marketplace are winning, or the people who are taking this conviction to the marketplace are winning big. Make it your own conviction so that you can win big too. Again, get out of your comfort zone. Use your personal development to help you feed positive, thoughts into your head so that you can go really share this, okay? Utilize, take the screen share off again. Utilize, the retreat incentive. Those of you that are trying to get someone to advisor, you got, if you're not an advisor, you got to get there, okay? You want to be in that retreat. You want to be, there may be something totally exciting about it. Well, the retreat's going to be awesome, but I have even more details that it's going to could make this even better if things work out the way we want it to. So I'm just saying you want to be there in July, okay? And same goes for Success School. If you're not signed up for Success School, you want to be there in August, okay? If it's between Success School and going to Door County, you definitely need to get to Success School, okay? But Door County could be, it's going to be awesome, and it could be totally awesome if we get things worked out. So more details to come on that, but use that with the people you're talking to, okay? The last thing I just want to say, because I don't know, sometimes it goes unnoticed, is if you guys haven't looked at the product of the month, so what's on sale right now, there's actually a package deal, at the Can You 24 DVD, the second DVD, Swiss Ball, the Avocare Swiss Ball, and the Avocare exercise band. So you get that whole package. It retails for $99 and it's $69. So if you have people that you're talking 24-day challenge and they don't exercise or need help with starting to exercise, the level 2 is more difficult than level 1, but realize that's what Avocare did those DVDs for. They did those DVDs so that you had an ability to help somebody get started exercising. So utilize that. That's a cool, it's $30 off. You get $30 off that entire package, and you that also counts towards your PGB. So you essentially have the ability to sell some exercise equipment and that and help your volumes. Okay, so add those in. We're doing with our new 24-day challenge people. I'm running an incentive with the people I put on. 24-day challenge. We're going to give away one of those prize packages. You may do that within your teams. Buy one of those or buy one of those Can You 24 packages and offer it as an incentive to whoever gets the best results that signs up within a certain date. You can do that. So have a great week, and we'll see you guys next week. Happy Mother's Day to everyone, and hope you guys had a great weekend.